Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that blends philosophy, psychology, and personal growth. Our focus is on unpacking a profound statement that delves into the depths of human experience and challenges conventional notions of freedom. Are you ready? Let's get into it. This isn't just a random quote. It's a distillation of a philosophy that has stood the test of time. Ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, the Stoics, held this belief as a cornerstone of their teachings. Thinkers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius contemplated the nature of human existence and concluded that what truly matters isn't what happens to us, but how we interpret those events. It's not the chains that bind, but the chains we forge in our minds. So let's dissect this statement and explore its layers of meaning. Life, as we know, is filled with ups and downs, joys and sorrows, successes and failures. We're constantly bombarded with external stimuli that evoke emotions, shape opinions, and influence our actions. Now, according to the Stoics, the world itself doesn't cause our emotions. Rather, our judgment about the events that unfold is what stirs within us. Consider a simple example. Imagine walking barefoot on hot sand. In itself, the heat isn't painful. It's merely a physical sensation. Pain arises when you interpret that sensation as unpleasant and dangerous. Similarly, in the grander scheme of life, many things don't inherently carry moral weight. It's our interpretation, our labeling of them as good or bad, that imbues them with emotional significance. Epicurus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, expanded on this idea. He argued that our perceptions of events are like the images projected on a movie screen. These images, in themselves, are just shades of light and dark. It's the story we create around them that gives them meaning and evokes our emotional responses. In modern psychology, this principle finds resonance in the field of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT posits that our thoughts directly influence our feelings and behaviors. If you consistently tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," it's almost certain that you'll feel inadequate, even if the world showers you with praise. On the other hand, someone who reframes setbacks as opportunities for growth will likely emerge stronger despite facing the same challenges. Now, this might seem like a subtle distinction, but it's actually a monumental one. It shifts the focus from external circumstances to internal perspective. No matter how challenging the situation, it suggests that our interpretation, our choice of how to respond, is what truly determines the outcome. But the idea doesn't end there. It extends to our understanding of self. According to Stoicism, we're not our thoughts, but we've been conditioned to believe that our thoughts define us. I'm lazy, I'm selfish, I'm flawed. These thoughts, though persistent, aren't factual statements. They re-stories we've told ourselves so often that we've come to accept them as immutable truths. The problem is that once we internalize these narratives, they morph into self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe you're lazy, you won't put in the effort to achieve your goals. If you believe you're unworthy of love, you'll sabotage potential relationships. To break free from this cycle, Stoicism encourages us to challenge these thoughts, to question their validity, and to replace them with more empowering stories. This isn't about denying negative thoughts. It's about recognizing that they're just thoughts, not directives from God, not pronouncements of fate, and certainly not an accurate portrayal of our essence. Think of Mahatma Gandhi, the iconic leader of India's independence movement. He was born into a society marked by rigid social hierarchies and widespread poverty. Despite these less-than-ideal circumstances, Gandhi refused to internalize the belief that power resided in violence or oppression. Instead, he cultivated a fierce determination to resist injustice and liberate his people through nonviolent means. His philosophy of satyagraha, often translated as truth force, encapsulated this perspective. He didn't see himself as a victim of his surroundings, but as an agent of change. In his autobiography, he recounts an incident where he decided to walk barefoot to a nearby town instead of using a car. He writes, "I wanted to show to myself the meaning of the word satyagraha. My ahimsa, nonviolence, was being put to the test. Could I really go all the way barefoot? The whole thing was really a test of my faith in myself." For Gandhi, it wasn't the external environment that defined him. It was his internal resolve and his interpretation of his circumstances. His story underscores a pivotal point. Our thoughts about our abilities, our self-perceptions, and our choices about how to respond to external events collectively form our identity. This identity, in turn, dictates the kind of life we lead, the challenges we face, and crucially, how we overcome those challenges. Let's consider another compelling example from history. In the late 20th century, psychiatrist Viktor Frankl found himself incarcerated in several infamous Nazi concentration camps, enduring some of humanity's worst atrocities. Yet his story is one of remarkable resilience. In his best-selling book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl shares his experiences and insights from those harrowing years. He argues that even in the direst of situations, a person retains the final measure of freedom, the freedom to choose one's attitude, to decide how to respond to circumstances. While everything else might be stripped away, family, possessions, dignity, our ability to find meaning remains. Frankl observed that some prisoners succumbed to despair and hopelessness, while others clung to hope and even found purpose in their suffering. This spectrum of responses, he realized, wasn't dictated by external circumstances, but by internal perspectives. In the bleakest moments, when the horrors of the camp threatened to engulf him, Frankl found solace and strength in his belief in the healing power of love. He wrote, "For love, like hope, transcends guard fences and barbed wire. In the barracks, by day and by night, I lived my wife. In her image, I cut my daily bread. We also read poetry to each other, and in the evening I talked to her as if she were beside me." In these recollections, we see a man who refuses to be broken by his environment. Instead of becoming a victim of circumstance, Frankl chooses to be a co-creator of his reality. His unwavering focus on love, even in the face of hate, serves as a testament to the transformative power of the mind. In Frankl's narrative, as in Gandhi's, we encounter a profound truth. External events, as terrible as they might be, cannot diminish our capacity for inner strength and meaning-making. It's not the absence of suffering that leads to liberation, but the presence of an indomitable spirit that refuses to surrender to adversity. As you reflect on this journey through ancient wisdom and lived experiences, ask yourself, what stories have you been telling yourself? How do these narratives shape your actions and your life? Remember, you are not your thoughts, but the observer of your thoughts. And with this realization comes a profound opportunity to sculpt a new reality, one that reflects your truest self. You're not trapped by the world, but by the stories you've internalized about the world. You have the power to rewrite those stories, to challenge limiting beliefs, and to embrace a life guided by your authentic values. Your journey of liberation starts with a single step, a conscious choice to see beyond the chains that bind and to tap into the boundless potential that resides within you. And here's the truth bomb. You are more than your thoughts. You're a universe of consciousness experiencing life through the lens of your interpretations. Your thoughts are visitors passing through that experience, not the masters of it. And when you realize this, the bars of the mind shatter, releasing you into the vast expanse of your true potential. So here's your action step. Start a thought journal. It's a simple tool, but super effective. Each time you notice a negative or limiting thought, write it down. Then ask, is this thought helpful? Is it true? Most often, you'll find that these thoughts don't serve you. By journaling, you expose them, challenge them, and weaken their grip. Over time, you'll train your mind to see through the illusions, to recognize them as just thoughts, not commands. This small act is a big step towards reclaiming your mind and living a life true to you. It's about shifting your perspective from one of a victim of circumstance to that of a co-creator of your reality. You are not limited by the world, but by the stories you've accepted about the world. Your thoughts are visitors, not your masters. When you realize this, you become the master of your mind and life. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Thank you for joining us.